Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, and we're just outside of Newton, North Carolina, and a Flying J truck stop, and we're going to be doing our 34-hour reset here at this Flying J. It has been a interesting couple of days since I last checked in with you. Last I checked in with you, I was in West Memphis, Arkansas, actually just west of West Memphis, Arkansas. And we got that big cutter bush hog delivered, got a load of steel and headed back to Kansas, dropped that steel off, got another load of implements, and I'm heading into North Carolina. I have 8 stops in North Carolina to make, and we'll do those on Monday and Tuesday. Right now, just kind of give you a look at the truck stop where I am, and see, it's not very busy this morning. I've noticed that the price of diesel has been gradually going up a little bit for you guys who have to do the owner-operator thing, so sorry to see that for you. But, you know, I just saw a clip of Super Trucker Dan. Hey, Super Trucker Dan, hope you're tuning in, saying hello this morning. Saw you had a little breakdown up in Joplin, and you came across my home state of Oklahoma, got some good rain as you came through. Yeah, it does help check that weather out, doesn't it? Sure does. So anyway, what we're going to do today, I have a comparison that I'd like to do on trucker gloves. What do you think? Most of you just get Wells Lamonts that are in the truck stops, and for you guys that are doing, you know, box trucks, vans, reefers, stuff like that, gloves aren't as big a deal. But for a flatbed trucker, gloves are kind of essential, unless you want your hands to feel somewhat like the face of a rhinoceros. I don't want to. So you wear gloves, and you wear gloves a lot. They keep you from getting cut, stuff like that. We deal with a lot of metals that can cut you very easily. And our straps are very, very abrasive. So I thought I'd give a review of a couple of gloves that I've had, and the price range go all the way from $4.99 a pair to, I just got a pair of Duluths that were $49, and they are Kevlar lined, and we'll give you kind of a review of those coming up here. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to look at a couple of gloves that we generally don't use a whole lot of, but you keep them around the truck for different situations. Now, the first set of gloves that I'm going to show you here, these are Nordic, I believe, is who made these. Let me double check, make sure. It is Noble, excuse me, N-O-B-L-E, Noble. And see if I can get that close enough where you can see the label. Focus on there, come on, focus. There, Noble. And I wear 2XL on most of my gloves, and they're hard to find 2XLs. XLs will work kind of, but 2XLs are my favorite. These, as you see, are very flexible. They are not leather. These are made of man-made material, and they do not shed water at all, and are not for everyday work. What these are for is for driving. And if you are like me, I'm going to be 65 years old this year, a little bit of circulation starting to affect you. In the wintertime when you're driving, or in the summertime if you've got the air conditioner turned way up, sometimes I put these on just to keep my hands warm, because my hands have to stay on the steering wheel, and sometimes they get a little bit cool if the air conditioner is on. But in the wintertime, a lot of times your hands will start getting cold. Let's say that your left hand is over by the window and you're driving through sub-zero temperatures, your hands will start getting cold. These are really good just to keep on the dashboard, so in case your hands start getting cold, you put them on. All right, that's one. Number two, this is one that I got when I used to haul fuel, and I want to say hi to all of my fuel hauler buddies out there. You'll see they kind of have a tread hand grip on there, but these are waterproof, chemical proof ones that I use for fueling, and you see they fit on real nice. They're only enlarged though, and they come in extra big. I got these online and they're generics, and I got these online at a glove store online. They sent them to me and they've been very good. These are over a year old and they still haven't cracked or got any holes in them or anything, and they're great for fueling because it sheds the diesel off, it sheds the water off. So when you're scrubbing your windshield and everything, and you're putting your nozzle back on, in the tank, out of the tank, and those nasty old pumps there, these things keep your hands from getting funky, and everything sheds off of them, because as soon as you grab anything with them, it just sheds off of them. And so if you are a fuel hauler, these I recommend also. They're generic, and I'll try to get the name of the company that I online that I got them from. Well, let's get down to work gloves. All right, I brought this out here just to kind of show you. This is a 4-inch strap rated at the regular rating, what, 5,300 pounds, and working load limit. Let's see, working load limit is 35. All right. So this working load limit one, if you get you guys that run straps, you know these edges right here are very abrasive, and I'm going to bring you around here so you can see when you spool up your straps on this thing, you have to hold it with your hand, and when you do, the areas that start getting abrased on your hand is right here and right here. So I'm going to wind this one up real quick, just kind of show you what I'm talking about. Hang on with me. All right. Now I've got it on my spinner here, and I'm going to show you that. So you can see down here, when you're cranking this thing up, your hand is usually like that across it. So your thumb over here and your forefinger over here, they're trying to keep it on the spool and keep it straight. So as you crank it, it comes along, the whole length of this strap is going to come between your fingers and your hand, and so it winds up that it will get this over here so you can see me here. It winds up that you wear out your thumb and your index finger right at the joints, right here and right there on your gloves. And I keep all my straps all rubber band up so they stack up nice underneath my truck. And I'll show you those rubber bands here in just a minute. They're really nice. They last a good long time. So let's go to the best performers that I've come up with. These are from Duluth Trading Company. Duluth Trading Company. And I think I saw a pair of these on Super Trucker Dan's website, but I discovered these on my own, although I get a lot of tips from Dan. You'll see that on the tips of these things, this is the right hand, so let me go to the left hand. Left hand is always what wears out. There's the thumb. These gloves have been with me for 3 months. Okay? 3 months. Now, remember that. It's been with me for 3 months. Because when I show you some of these other ones, I'll tell you how long they last, all right? This has been with me for 3 months, and I have not had but like 6 days off in those 3 months. 6, 7, 8 days off in those 3 months. And so you'll notice right there on the thumb and right here at the index finger, right there. They're just now starting to wear. See that? They're just now starting to get a hole in them. These things are summer and winter. They have such good insulation on the palms that they work good in the winter. But the backs are vented so that in the summertime, even though you may sweat them up, they dry out real quick. It doesn't have any deleterious effects upon it. And these gloves have been my absolute favorites because you can see they got a Velcro stamp on the wrist up here, so they stay on, right? And these gloves have been my absolute favorite. 3 months. I think I'm going to get another month before that hole actually wears through. If you'll take a look, that's Kevlar down in there, and so that Kevlar is not going to wear out. This material is reinforced with Kevlar, and so these fingertip points, see that? Kevlar reinforced, lasted for 3 months, and that's pretty doggone good for what we do in our flatbedding. They were so good, I decided I was going to try a different version of them, and you can see these are also Duluth, but these are called the fence menders, in which they are their entire leather covers. I haven't used them yet. I don't know how long they'll last, but I'll let you know, because after another month that one's probably going to be used up. And these are also Kevlar lined. You can't see the Kevlar lining because the Kevlar is in the stitching in the palms and up here in the fingers is where the Kevlar is. And so you'll see they're called Fence Menders Work Glove. You see the price on them there, right? Yeah, $54 for that pair. But if these things will last, compute it out, if these things will last for like 4 months, which is what those other ones are, and they were $45, they'll last for a month. That's $10 on a month that I'm spending on gloves. Let's bring in the runners up. These are Wells Lamont, top of the line Wells Lamont gloves. They're called Hydro Hide, so that they work well with water and getting wet. And you see they got the reinforced palm, and also right there at the points where I need them, they're reinforced. The thumb and the forefinger, where I need them the most, that's where they're reinforced. Okay, I haven't tried these out yet. I'll tell you how well they work too. But I could get these in a XX, which means yay, I get my big old mitts in there. All right, these Hydro Hides I expect will last me about a month, maybe a month and a half, even being top of the line Wells Lamont. I haven't done much with them yet, so I'm going to save my review for later. But the ones that we're able to show you so far, I can tell you that I'm happy with them, and they have served me well. The problem that I have is that the standard Wells Lamont ones, like you get in the truck stop, are the ones that you want to watch out for. Remember I said these things are $50 right here? You can get through 4 months, that's like $12. You know how much the gloves cost in the truck stop? Well, let's go look, all right? All right, well, here we are at the Flying J. Got a good display up on the wall here, good selection of gloves. First one we have up here, Work at Home Cowhide. These are all Wells Lamont. This is a $4.95 glove at Flying J. The palms are not reinforced on this one. It's thin. It'll last me, the ones that I have bought, last me 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, which winds up being a 2-star rating, and you get $6 a week out of them. That's not very good. They do come in a 3-pack here, which brings the price down just a little bit to about $4.33 each, $12.99 for a 3-pack. Same as the other one, still a 2-star glove. They're not that great, but they'll work if you got to have a pair really quick to where you can go buy some good ones. Next, we have all leather Wells Lamont ones. They are the both of these are the same glove. One is a suede out, one's a smooth out. They have no reinforced palms or fingers on these gloves, which makes it to where they don't last so long. So I only get about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks out of these. At $12.99 each, that winds up being $5.25 a week. I give them a 3-star. They're pretty rugged though. Next, we have the stretch back leather palm glove. These pretty disappointing glove. Leather doesn't cover the fingers, and so there's 2 seams on each side, and so they rip apart really quick. I only give them 1 to 2 stars. They last only 4 or 5 days. They won't even make it a week a lot of times. $17 for these. Good grief. $20 a week comes out to. Goodness. So we'll move down to their next one, our Fit Flex ones, $17.99 ones. Spandex back. They got reinforced palms. These are $17.99. They'll last about 2 weeks. So I give them a 3-star rating. Here's a look at all the things they say are significant about it. So these wind up being about $9 a week on average. And finally, we'll take a look at these work at home gloves. These are full leather ones. And I'm going to tell you the worst part about these is that they are dyed, and when you get them wet, your hands turn orange. I don't like that. They are full leather. They're reinforced palm, but the seams are in a bad spot where the rub points will just tear them apart on those straps. And they'll last about a month, which is $4 a week.
Now finally, I'm going to show you, you've seen this rubber band that wraps around my straps. And these are my short straps. These are my cut straps. You ought to mark each one of them how long they are. This is a 17-footer. Usually it was a 30-footer, but it's a 17-footer. That one has a notch in it that I'm probably going to have to get rid of that one pretty soon. But I wanted to show you these rubber bands, where I get them. They're called Sterling rubber bands. And here is the size and model for you to use, to order right there. All right, it says size number 94. That's all you need to know is size 94. So when you go on Sterling Rubber Band's website, the size 94, they are 3.5 inches by 3/4 wide. And these are the ones that the post office uses. They are tough. I mean, they are tough. You've seen in the truck stops those big orange ones that go around the big 30-foot ones. These will go around the 30-footers also, and they work just fine. But these rubber bands, they will last. Well, I've got some in there that have been with me for 6 months, and I have them on and off all the time. This box I bought new about in January or December. I bought new, and I have used about 3/4 of it. And it's not because I break them. They rarely break. They rarely wear out. The only time they ever wear out is when I knock a metal against metal and they're in between and it winds up cutting them. These things last a good long time, and I'm a pretty heavy duty flatbed driver, and I use a lot of straps when I'm doing. I recommend going to those instead of those big. I mean, you go to the truck stops and you get a 5-pack of those big heavy-duty rubber bands that go around a 30-footer, and they fit really nice. And I've had those things go out in a month and a half. They get dry rot real easy, and you stretch them and stretch them and stretch them, and then they wind up getting too loose. I mean, I'm just not impressed with those orange ones. So guys, I recommend you getting a Sterling rubber bands size 94 and use those babies, because this box cost me like $5 for this box. You get 5 friggin' rubber bands on the big orange ones. No brainer. Anyway, so that's the rubber bands that I recommend that you use. All right. Here's one of the orange ones that I had left over. Look at that thing. It's notched out. It's flimsy. I just don't really like them a whole lot. And you can do better with those Sterlings. Here they are hanging in the, what is that, $5.99. You get 5 of them. I don't know, guys. I don't think it's worth it. But look how it keeps your underneath nice and clean.
All right, there's a look at the summertime glove review. And so I guess the winner, I'm going to say, is Duluth does make the best gloves. You have to balance out whether the price is worth the longevity that you get. You're going to pay about the same price for them, except when you get down to the cheaper ones. The cheaper ones, you just don't need to get, simply because the cheaper ones just aren't going to last you long enough to come out averaging, you know. So if you've got gloves, got 3 of them for $13 in there, so it's $4.33 each, $4.33, and they last a week, maybe 2 on there. So you, in a package of 3, you're going to get 6 to 7 weeks of wear out of them, which is 2 months. And I got 1 pair from Duluth that has now lasted me, how long? 3 months, something like that. So you balance it out yourself, okay? See which one you think is going to work out best for you. As far as protection, it's hands down Duluth. Because of the Kevlar, you don't get cut. You just don't, unless you get cut on the back of your hand. But the ones that I showed you, the solid leather ones, those have Kevlar on the backside also, and they're for fence mending, and so they keep you from getting the barbed wires stuck in your fingers and the back of your hands and scratched and whatnot. So they have Kevlar all the way around them. That's why they're $54, and the other ones that I'm wearing are $40-something. And so I think you pay more, you get longer lasting gloves, you get better protection. You don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to be failing you when you get out there and you're starting to work and you're strapping and you're getting your load tied down, and all of a sudden your index finger is sticking out and you got to stop and go get another pair of gloves because you're dealing with metal and you're going to get your finger cut. Boy, you can't afford to get an index or a thumb cut or a palm cut when you're out here hauling the stuff that we do. Not only that, it's unhealthy for you. You can be going taking a tetanus shot before you know it, some of the stuff we get cut on. So anyway, that's what the review looks like today. Hope you enjoyed it. Put some input down there. Give me some comments on what you think and your experience with some gloves. And don't forget to subscribe right over here. Don't forget to subscribe as we're building the subscription list. Big thank you to Super Trucker Dan. And don't forget to take a look at my disclaimer at the very end, and so you'll put it in all perspective, because basically I'm just offering this information up there just for you. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time.